Hello and welcome to Midnight Scribe's Creative Vibes, where we talk to the best of the bronies and discover precisely what makes them tick. Now, today on the show, we happen to have a fantastic blind reactor. He's also a speed painter, he's interested in video games, he's exactly my kind of guy. This guy, well, he's known on the internet as Kickassking. King, how are you doing?
I'm not doing bad, man. How are you doing?
Pretty good, aside from every technical difficulty on the planet trying to plague me right now.
I honestly couldn't help you with that myself. I'm a simple man with simple needs.
Oh, I know. I wasn't suggesting it was your fault or anything like that. I mean, I would never suggest a guest would be responsible for such heinous crimes.
Then you haven't seen what I can do.
You're right. I haven't seen quite enough of the full thing that you do or your personality. I mean, I've met you a few times on the MBS show, and you've always come across as a very nice guy, not as particularly evil or strange or anything like that.
Well, obviously we haven't spoken for a long period of time then.
That is true, but here I thought, well, look, we need to find out a little bit more about yourself, but I thought we'd shake it up a little bit for yourself in particular, because normally what we do in this show is I have a nice, comfortable interview with a guest, we exchange questions, have a few pleasantries, wrap up the show, it's all great. But for you, since you're a blind reactor, I felt it was only fair that I give you a blind reactors quiz.
Oh, great, okay.
So here's what it is. I have 22 questions ready for you. You get to pick a number between 1 and 22, and that will decide the question you get to answer at that particular point.
Do I get to leave if I fail?
There is no failure in this.
Okay.
There's no... Well, there might be one question where I will actually possibly kick you out if you answer this wrong.
Okay.
But are you prepared for 22 questions of varying topics? You will not be able... There will be some curveballs, there will be some good ones, there will be some deep questions, there will be some shallow questions, but all of them will indeed be questions.
I didn't study. Okay, let's do this.
Pick any number between 1 and 22, any number you like.
21.
21. What do you like about being on the MBS show?
Wow, straight to a different show. I think my favourite thing about being on the MBS show is how... And not to make it sound unprofessional or anything, but how impersonal it is. It's basically like sitting in a room with a bunch of guys, sitting on the sofa with a beer, just chatting, maybe with a couple hundred people listening in. But it's like chatting with your friends. And I really feel like it's professional, but in a chilled, relaxed sense.
And how about the My Little Pony show as well? What do you like about that show as well? Because obviously we all come about as part of the fandom.
I don't know. It's the big question, isn't it? Why do people ask, why do you like this show? You're a full-grown adult, you should like this show. And you turn around and go, I don't know. Is it the amazing voice actors, the amazing animating? Is it the story? Who knows? It's just everything about it really shouts to me. As someone who likes to create, it's just interesting and fascinating. Well,
I've same here. I mean, as a creator myself, I do find it, I find it to be an incredibly well written show. I find it incredibly interesting, and once again, I think like yourself, not necessarily the sort of show that you would expect people like us of our age group to enjoy,
or anyone to enjoy. I mean, it's a little of an unfair question, really, isn't it? It's like, sum up in one sentence, what did you like about this show?
You picked question 21. It's your own fault.
I know it is.
You could have picked anything. You could have picked question 20.
Well, but okay, fair enough. But yeah, it's it's the amazing talent that goes behind it, behind the voices, the show, the story, the animation. It is all a bunch of very talented people coming together to make a very enjoyable show.
Alrighty, well, what question would you like to answer next?
Let's go for number 14.
14, okay. What's the best or worst painting tips you've ever given or have given?
I've given? The best, in my own opinion, would have been... So when someone was drawing the legs of the ponies, they were drawing them like blocks, like columns. And I explained to them that the front legs are curved a bit and the back legs are very, very flexible compared to how they were drawing them. And the worst advice I've given is probably a blending technique, which I had been getting wrong for quite a while. I then passed that on, and so someone, well, specifically blind Coyote, who is a very, very good artist, pointed out why it was wrong, and I learned from my own mistake.
Well, you see, I'm not a very good artist myself, so I'm always interested in picking up little tips and little tricks, because, I mean, I'm a horrible artist. I can't even draw stickmen convincingly.
People say that. People say, I can't even draw stickman, and you know what? Neither can I. And you know why it's important to learn how to draw stickman? Skeletons. If you learn how to draw a stickman, you can learn how to draw a proper anatomy. So it's actually really important when people say that. I can't even draw a stickman. Well, neither can I, my friend. Neither can I.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. I'm glad that I'm not the only one that's incapable of doing that. Let's pick another question.
One.
How did you get involved with the MBS show?
How did I get involved with the MBS show? That's a good question. I believe it was one of the fans of the show got in touch with Norman and said that do you have any guests this week? And he said no. So she said, I believe she said, why don't you invite this guy? And linked Norman all my stuff. And so I got a message on Skype saying, are you interested in being on the show? And I was like, yes, definitely. I'd love to take part in a podcast. That's awesome. And then it kind of stuck around for a while. It was simple as that. Someone recommended me. That was about it.
And you've certainly stuck around for a fair while.
Yeah. Since I've started a new thing, the reactions, I haven't had as much free time, but I do like to get on there as much as possible.
Pick another question.
Number 22.
22. What do you think of the old generations of My Little Pony?
The older generations of My Little Pony. I actually used to dread when I watched Cartoon Network and the adverts were coming, My Little Pony. Like, oh, not these adverts, I'm getting something to drink. And that's what I learned my first whistle to, because it was when I was learning to whistle. I said, think of a tune you can think of. And the first that came up was... And I was like, I don't believe at the age of 11, I whistled My Little Pony. Look at me now. I'm whistling it on the way to work.
Can you still do it now?
Oh, yeah, I can whistle the whole tune and then sing it and then break into a full-on dance. And people look at me in the street going, stay away from him, child. Stay away from the madman.
Well, I think it's only fair that you give us a rendition.
I won't do much more because that'll take too much time.
No, that's absolutely beautiful. No, thank you for that, King. That's absolutely fantastic.
But yeah, that's the tune I learned to whistle to. So I used to actually dread the song. But as for the actual show itself, I actually haven't seen the older generations. I'm kind of saving that as my... when eventually one day the show stops. I'll just go, oh no! Well, time to look at the older generations.
So you're saving yourself for that time in the future when it'll end up... the show will end up ending.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe I'll just forget about it. Who knows?
Oh, not now it's been recorded. This will end up being evidence in the future.
Oh, God. Oh no, Exhibit A. He said so.
Oh, no. Well, pick another question.
3. I'm just thinking about what I've said and what I haven't now.
Oh, don't worry. I'll keep you on track.
I'm going to start writing these down.
No, don't worry. If you happen to say one you've already said, I'll move on to the next available question.
Okie doke.
But question 3. Have you had any weird requests for either videos or art or anything like that?
Right. Videos, no. However, I am planning on doing a Q&A session on my videos if I reach 300 subscribers. And that will entitle questions to me or asking me to do something. And I will record that. That is the plan for that video. So, as for requests for videos, not yet. I've had a few requests for blind reactions, though. None of them were particularly weird. Apart from Equestria is manly. That was, friendship is manliness. That was a bit odd. As for art, I've had some odd ones. Some not safe for work ones that I won't particularly go into, but they were odd, to say the least. Or at least I thought so. I mean, to each their own, right?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm with you. I totally understand. But before we end up... Oh, what?
I think the weirdest one that I will talk about was someone asked to be drawn inside a hole and then to zoom out and it'd be this inside of a changeling's leg. I thought that was a little different, But yeah, something.
That's very specific.
I think it was. I don't know what it was. I think it was one of those gigantic versus tiny things you see around.
Craigie. Yeah, I'll tell you what, we'll get away from this topic fast or end up fainting in front of the laptop. Pick another question.
12? Was it 12?
12 is good.
Oh.
Star Trek or Star Wars?
Never seen the former, love the latter.
Oh, never Star Wars fan. Thank you so much.
Absolutely adore Star Wars. Not much of the books or the comics, but the games and the movies, I'm all about those.
Oh, you're my kind of guy. We are going to talk after this episode about a few Star Wars games because I want to see precisely what you've played.
I think the only ones I haven't played is the one on the GameCube, which was the Old Republic Commando. And I'm currently replaying the first Knights of the Old Republic.
Oh, great game. Fantastic game, that one.
Yeah. That's all I have to say. I mean, I think if we're going into favorite Star Wars favorite movie would be Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, because that was the first one I saw. So it really pulled me into it. And my favorite game, Star Wars Force Unleashed 1. I don't care how OP you are, it's so much fun.
I'm just glad I've met someone else whose favorite Star Wars film was Phantom Menace. I'm so glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah. It was good.
Ah, brilliant. Pick another question.
Number 19.
19. Where can we find your stuff?
Wow. I have a DeviantArt, which is Kickassking. I have my YouTube channel, which is Kickassking. I have a Tumblr, which, funnily enough, I have two. One is Kickassking, and the other one is Backstage Ponies, which is an Ask Tumblr about what it's like to be on the show. Because in the show, it's obviously a show in this canon, and that is that you can ask the actors, i.e. Pinkie Pie, the actor Pinkie Pie, or the actor Discord, or Cadence, for example. Cadence, did you get a stunt double when you were thrown off the Crystal Palace? Are you and Shining a real thing off camera? And it comes up with some interesting stories. And my favourite thing about this Tumblr now is that during the episode with Discord in it in season 5, Pinkie made it canon because she picks the camera up and shakes it.
Oh, brilliant.
The show made my Tumblr canon.
Well, I'll tell you what. Pick another question.
All right. Let's see. Let's go for... Probably should have mentioned you could find me here and at the MBS show, but oops.
I think we mentioned MBS so many times that
that's right.
They should be paying us for commission every time.
Oh, we want royalties. Number 10?
10. Speed painting. What do you enjoy about it?
Speed painting. What I love about speed painting is that by going, right, I'm going to record this and put it on YouTube, I'm suddenly motivated to start and finish a piece there and then, whether it's good or bad. And it's another way of entertaining. I don't know if I've said this, but I quite like to make content, not just for myself because I enjoy making it, but the idea that someone will stop, watch, look, like, comment, and just take the time to take in what I've made or I'm making, and it cheers them up just a little bit, just a tiny little bit, it makes me smile, makes me happy. So if someone spends 8 minutes watching my video and the only thing they take away from that is, I like that song, I wonder what that song is, they find their new favourite song, that's good enough. If I like that picture, I'll come back and look at another speed paint. That's brilliant. But it's about, maybe someone can learn something from it as well. Who knows? I doubt it, but I can dream.
Well, it's that thing that even the smallest thing that you create can have a big impact on someone or just make their day a little brighter. It's a great attitude to have.
I just love making content. Every time someone says, do you want to do this? I'm like, yes, I'll jump in straight on that.
Well, pick another question then and we'll make more content.
Let's see. Number 7.
Tea or coffee?
Don't drink either.
Oh, that was a nice easy one.
On both accounts, far too bitter. Far, far too bitter. I think the only time I drank a coffee and enjoyed it was when it had honey, cream, sweetener, and 6 sugars in it.
Crikey, were you trying to give yourself diabetes?
Pretty much. I was trying to prove a point that I don't like. It's just too bitter. I have a really sensitive tongue for bitter stuff, and I don't like bitter tasting food or drink. So,
Fair enough. It's not everyone's cup of tea. And that's not a pun. That's not meant to be a pun.
That was clearly a pun.
That was not intentional. I swear it is not. Next question.
Number 19?
19 we've already had. I will give you 20. I will give you 20.
20.
Will Sonic the Hedgehog ever make another good game?
No. Unfortunately. Was a big Sonic fan as a kid, and it's never going to make a new game that's interesting or fun. Unless, I mean, Generations was okay, and some of them had their moments, but a game like Sonic should probably stick to 2D purely because the 3D mechanics when it started kind of messed up. I mean, Sonic Adventure 2 was kind of fun, but after that they sort of messed around with it and it just didn't work. And at this point it's more of a, what do you call it? It's a, not hereditary. It's just it's a legacy. That's the word. A legacy of just bad 3D platforming. And it's no matter how good, they could make the best platformer ever, and all people are going to say is slightly better than the old ones.
Yes, it's probably, do you reckon it would be better if they left it in the past?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying drop the franchise. Just drop the 3D platforming. Or maybe, who knows, find some other form for Sonic. Not another Sonic Races, don't be ridiculous, but, you know, maybe something 2D. Maybe remake the originals.
Oh, I can see that getting the fans.
How much
crazy.
would you pay to see the original Sonic and Sonic 2, Sonic and Knuckles, all in HD graphics?
I'm certainly be intrigued, but knowing Sega, I wouldn't want to risk it.
Nope, exactly. I'd pay out the nose for that, though, so that's their loss.
Yeah, well, who knows? Maybe they'll listen to us and take it on in the future.
They should listen. They should take a page from Hasbro and M.A. Larson's book. Listen to the fans.
Listen to the fans, Sega. We know what we need. That's why Shenmue 3 is getting funded. Exactly. Pick another question.
Number 4.
4. What's your favourite pony?
The one in the show.
That's slightly more specific?
No. It depends. I absolutely love Twilight in the latest episode, which, upon doing this now, was amending fences. And I love some like Glimmer, Sunshine Glimmer, is it? In the first episode, I've forgotten her name at this point. A great villain, and it honestly does depend. I can say without a doubt my favorite princess, but
go for it.
That's Cadence. I get so much stick, but I don't know. In my opinion, like the princesses tend to be like the singing voices and the backstory, and I feel like Cadence is getting a bit more of that. And she's also the best singer. And she also happens to be a young married wife, which has nothing to do with
it. Nothing at all.
No. Next question.
Oh, fair. Well, pick a number.
Let's see. Number 11?
11? Oh, yes.
It's like a fun guessing game.
I know. First, you've got to guess whether you've actually done the number, and then you've got to answer the question. But question number 11 is, do you have a Wii U?
No.
Why not?
I don't have any money.
That's a fair enough reason.
Also, I actually enjoyed the Wii for when I had my friends come round and we had a party, and it's all fun and games. However, the fun thing about that was we all picked up a remote and we all got straight into it, whereas we're always going to have the one guy or girl who has the big remote and everyone else has the little remotes, which aren't quite as adaptable to Wii U games, because most Wii U games want you to play with the big screen. And also, the motion controls are a lot worse than they are on the Wii U than they are on the original, in my opinion.
That's fair enough. I mean, I like the Wii U. I keep trying to plug it any opportunity I get, and I keep hoping someone else will buy a new one, just so we can bump up the sales a wee bit. Because I know it's not going to beat the PS4, but I would like it to at least try and beat the Xbox One.
This generation of gaming consoles, I'm just going to tell you now, are pathetic. Xbox 360 was fantastic. They released the Xbox One and messed all the hardware and the software up. Why not just stick with what you had rather than make something entirely new? Sure, it's good to try something new, but stick with what you had at first.
Pick another question.
Let's go for number 5.
5. What's the worst pony in your opinion?
Oh, it's the same. It's the same problem with the other question. Who's your favorite? I like them all. who's your worst favorite? I like them all. Worst. Oh, easy. Diamond Tiara. I was just thinking, who's the worst one? Diamond Tiara. They do too well of a job of making her dislikable. I just mean.
Well, listen, she is, but hey, that's because they've got good writers in the show and know how to write a good, despicable teenage villain.
Yes, but that's not a good thing. I made this character deliberately annoying. Well done. I don't like them. Well done. You've done your job. We don't like them. Leave it alone. Just go away.
Well, I'll tell you what. We'll go away just now. Pick another question.
Let's go for number 7.
7's been done. I will give you 8.
Let's go for 8.
Who would you be interested in collaborating with?
Who would I be interested in collabing with?
Yes.
Do you mean art or video?
Whichever way you like.
Videos? There's quite a few reaction people I absolutely adore to do a collaboration with, such as Mr. Cobalt Skies, for example. I won't go down the list because there is a massive list of them. Literally, like, I could go down a list of like 4 or 5 people. But for the art, I have to say the one person, and he's a friend, so I could probably do it, but he's not just a friend, he's someone I greatly admire who recently came back to art, Mr. Raingear. He is an absolutely astounding artist and someone who truly inspires me to draw. I've been having a dry patch recently, and then I found out he came back. I've done nothing but draw for days.
Oh, it's great when you get someone like that, especially a friend who's able to inspire you to create more.
Yeah, I don't know how to say it. It's literally like when he was gone, my sunshine. Like, not to sound poetic and weird, but when he was gone, I didn't have the sunshine in my life. It was just like there was no inspiration, there was no interest in art, and maybe that's because I didn't know what happened to my friend. He just left, disappeared, and now he's back, for better or for worse, and he's just bringing back some of my favorite art of all time. And of course, like I said, Mr. Cobalt Skies, and there's a bunch of other guys for videos.
Nice one. Pick another question.
Number 13?
13 hasn't been taken.
Yes.
Does watching a My Little Pony episode for the first time on camera make the experience better or worse, and if so, how?
Do you mean the reaction videos?
Yes.
Does it make it worse or better? Right. I will be the first to admit that that's like comparing your favorite chocolate donut to your favorite ice cream. You know, it's your favorite donut, favorite ice cream. It's an amazing show regardless. However, yes, reacting to it does take away some aspects to it. Like, you miss things that otherwise you would notice. I can't stop and start the video as I like to go back and look at it. But at the same time, just knowing that I'm making something for other people to enjoy, and it feels like I'm watching it with the people watching the video. It actually feels like you're watching it with friends. So there's that. But it can take away from the show every now and again. Is it worth it? Totally. The happiness I feel when other people comment saying they enjoyed the video truly makes up for anything I could possibly lose by watching out the show on my own. And I mean, hey, I can always go back and watch it on my own again. It's, you know. So to answer the question is, I absolutely adore watching the video while recording myself, if that makes sense.
Oh, entirely. Now, I think we've only got about time for 1 or maybe 2 more questions if you're really fast with the answers. So pick another.
Lightning round.
Round.
Pick a number for me, quick.
Pick a number 4. Okay, 16. The Minions film. What do you think?
The Minions film itself, not seen it, but I absolutely love the Minions in Despicable Me. Both Despicable Me's are amazing. Next question. 15. What do you think of the Brony fandom? Sometimes it can overreact, but as a whole, people who make content and take part in the fandom as a whole are absolutely amazing. The fanfics, the art, and the animations. Just stop making so much drama every now and again. Next question. You've mentioned being interested in doing Let's Plays. What would you like to play, and what would you never want to play, even if you were paid? I absolutely hate horror games. Unfortunately, I have just bought 3 different horror games to play. One is Aliens Isolation, one is Amnesia Dark Descent, and the other one I'm keeping a secret. Or just so that I can record myself scream like a little girl, because I absolutely hate horror. What I would love to play is a big online game. Shout out to anyone who's interested. Like an MMO, and everybody gets to take part. Every now and again, swap up people who watch the videos and go, oh, I was in that episode, go and have a look. So include the audience. So there's that. Next question.
Next question. Are the Tweenies scarier than Teletubbies?
They're both ridiculously childhood ruining. Don't watch them as an adult. Whatever you do, people. As kid, maybe they were cute. Now, don't look at them. They're disturbing.
And I've got one final question for you. Are you prepared?
Yeah, I hope this is one you want to know, because...
This is one I want to know.
Right.
What is your favourite talk show on YouTube featuring a Pegasus called Midnight Scribe?
I don't know who that is.
That's a very nice thing to know, considering it's in the title of the flipping video.
Sorry, I'm just being a troll. That would be this show here and the guys I'm talking to now.
Actually, unfortunately, I've just found out that's the wrong answer. It's actually the MBS show, but thanks for trying.
Wait.
I'm afraid you've actually just lost the game.
Wait, the MBS show has a Pegasus?
Yeah, it has a Pegasus. Well, I've been on it 5 times, so I think that counts. But thank you so much for coming on the show and for enduring a ridiculous amount of random questions. How have you found the experience?
Absolutely enjoyable. I would absolutely come on again or like to help in the future. Thank you for letting me be on here. It's nice to chat with someone different other than Norman. I mean, hi Norman.
Norman, we love you. Please keep bringing us on the show. But tell you what, and talking of people who want to get involved, if people want to get involved with Midnight Scribe's Creative Vibes or would like to be interviewed or help with the show, you can find us on our Facebook page at Highland Broines or our YouTube channel where you're watching this video right now, also called Highland Broines. Strangely enough. Our email's on there too, so you can contact us. Please do. We love to hear from creative and talented bronies in the community. Or just those that love me, like Kickassking.
I love you, man. I love you so much.
I love you so much, King. Please. I want to see you again soon.
When can we see you again? Cue the outro to Wreck-It Ralph.
Yes, we shall put in some intro at the end. I don't know what, but this will be an epic end to the podcast.
Air guitar solo. Wow.
But to wrap up the show, my thanks to Kickassking for coming onto the show. Next time, well, who knows who's going to be on? Well, actually I do, but I don't want to spoil it too much for you. But take care, and the final word from Midnight Scribe's Creative Vibes is, as always, please subscribe.